and entrepreneur straight out of New York City, Michael Chernow. What's cracking?
I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I overdosed on heroin. I never thought that I'd find a solution. I never thought that I'd be sitting here today. I just didn't think that'd be possible. And quite frankly, the people that were in my life at that time, 19 years ago, would never in a million years ever think that I'd be sitting here talking to you today about this and with the things that I've been able to accomplish. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Kreatures of Habit Podcast. Today is I'm having a vulnerable moment. It's an interesting time, and I want to share with you what's going on in between my two ears. If you guys listen to this podcast at this stage, I believe you know that I'm not afraid to share my feelings, to share how I feel about specific topics. I'm down to open up the book and get into it. It's October 12th, Thursday. In 2 days, on Saturday, October 14th, I am hosting an event, a movement event, and by that I mean an event where a lot of people are coming together to do a fitness style activity. In this case, we're going to be doing a ruck, which is essentially a hike at a brisk pace with weight in a weight vest or in a rucksack. We're going to be doing them with weight vests on, and there are probably going to be something like 100 people participating in this event. I've been working towards this event for about a year. The event is called We'll Wear the Weight. It is October, which happens to be Substance Abuse Prevention Month. I am a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I've been in recovery for 19 years. I am not sitting here today talking to you about anything without my recovery. I am beyond grateful for my sobriety, and I owe a lot of what I know today in my life, at least the good stuff, to the sober community. So on October 14th, in 2 days, we are meeting. There's a bunch of people that I have been trying to collect over the last 2 months or so, and I think we're close to 100 people that are going to meet at the base of the Williamsburg Bridge in New York City in Brooklyn, and we are going to put on weight vests that will have 20 pounds of weight in them. And the weight vest is a collaboration, a really cool collaboration that I did with Kreatures of Habit and a company that I love so much, GoRuck. If you don't know about GoRuck, you must look into GoRuck. Check them out. They are the community. The GoRuck community is unbelievable, and they have transformed so many lives. They have touched so many lives by introducing weight to walking, which is basically what rucking is. It's just a game changer in fitness. And so I did a collaborated weight vest using the Kreatures of Habit, really fun, cool, vibrant colorways, and the GoRuck weight vest profile. And we made this really cool, super vibrant, beautiful weight vest that everybody is going to wear and walk away with that day on Saturday. And we're going to ruck 8 miles. We're going to ruck over the Williamsburg Bridge. Then we're going to ruck down to the Manhattan Bridge, back over the Manhattan Bridge, down to the Brooklyn Bridge in Brooklyn, over the Brooklyn Bridge, back up to the Williamsburg Bridge, and then back into Brooklyn over the Williamsburg Bridge. It's a little over 8 miles. And this path that I've chosen, these bridges, is to commemorate the same exact path that I started running when I first got sober. It started with just the Williamsburg Bridge, then I did the Williamsburg Bridge down to the Manhattan Bridge, and then back to Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and then I did the Williamsburg Bridge over the Manhattan Bridge and back over the Brooklyn Bridge, and then I would kind of meet some friends back in Manhattan, and then I tied it all together, and this was over the course of a year or so. And I called that the triple bypass, the 3 bridges. And so when I was thinking about what can I do, what kind of event can I create with some partners to raise awareness and raise funding for substance abuse and prevention. The event is called We'll Wear the Weight. It's coming up in 2 days, and it's just sort of like really, we've raised over $50,000. And those funds are going to go towards helping addicts or alcoholics that are hopeless without any means of funds, but want help, but want to change, recognize that they have a severe problem and they actually want help, but they don't have the capacity fund-wise to get the proper help that could potentially help save their lives. So they're stuck in a rut. They don't know where to go. And there are treatment centers all over this country. And so I've connected with an amazing organization called the Release Recovery Foundation. And their job is to connect with these treatment facilities and get discounts, massive discounts on treatment for addicts that don't have funding or don't have capital to get a bed in a treatment center. And so we're raising money to help usher these addicts that are really ready to change, that really want help, into treatment. And we, if we continue to raise, which is what we'll do, I think that we'll be able to get at least 10 addicts off the street and into treatment based on this one day of fundraising. Well, not actually one day of fundraising. We've been fundraising for a while, but based on this event that we're doing on Saturday. It means the world to me. And the Release Recovery Foundation and Go Ruck have supported me in this mission. Why am I doing this? Why do I feel this desire to want to help addicts and alcoholics? Because I know that they're misunderstood. Everybody thinks that they're just wastes of space, useless humans, no drive, no desire to want to change. And in some cases, I gotta say, they're right. However, in many cases, they're wrong. Most people that get caught in the throes of addiction have suffered severe trauma, and some less than others, but the majority of addicts and alcoholics have suffered severe trauma, typically childhood trauma. Once they've found a solution in escapism through drugs and alcohol, there is this illusion that their problems are no longer weighing them down. And so they continue to self-medicate. And then not only do they become mentally reliant on these drugs and alcohol, in some cases they become physically reliant, and their body actually responds in a very harsh way if they don't have it. So they don't know what to do. They don't know how to beat it. They don't know how to kick it. And it's a terrible, horrible cycle I have experience with. It is totally misunderstood. And so I want to help as many of them as I can, because my best friend, my absolute best friend, is one of these people suffering. He's my best friend in the world. He is an unbelievable human, incredibly talented, the godfather of my son, my first son, Finn. He is just, has the absolute best intentions, but he has been on the street and no one can help him. No one can help him. And he doesn't want to help himself. He's not ready. He's not ready to throw in the towel. He is caught in the throes. He's caught in the grips of addiction that tells him, no, you need this. All the other problems that you have are going to come back if you don't do this. And sometimes it takes people longer than others. And unfortunately, along that journey can be death. So my goal with the We'll Wear the Weight event on October 14th in 2 days is to figure out if I could potentially be a roadblock for death for some of these humans that are struggling with addiction. And Kreatures of Habit has been a catalyst for this, for me, really. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I overdosed on heroin. I never thought that I'd find a solution. I never thought that I'd be sitting here today. I just didn't think that'd be possible. And quite frankly, the people that were in my life at that time, 19 years ago, would never in a million years ever think that I'd be sitting here talking to you today about this and with the things that I've been able to accomplish. So I'm sharing this with you to say that this has become way more important in my life to be able to share this sentiment with the community and the audience. not enough people are talking about their experience. Not enough survivors are talking about their experience with addiction and how they've come through it. This is a survivor. I am a survivor of addiction. And similar to cancer or another disease, it's potentially not gone forever. It could creep back in. And I have to stay very mindful and monitor, even this long in abstinence from substance use. I need to be mindful and monitor and understand who I surround myself with and be able to have the self-awareness to pick up on potential decisions or characters that I'm gravitating towards. If you are struggling with addiction or alcoholism, or maybe you don't even know if you're struggling, but you're questioning, is Michael speaking to me? I would ask myself this question. Does your drinking or drug use interfere or interrupt your life? And what does that mean? That means, do you miss occasions because you can't get out of bed? Do you cancel on friends and family because you are out all night long partying and would rather do that than, uphold a commitment? Do you think about how many drinks you have in a night and do you count them? Do you find yourself drinking and doing drugs alone? If that is you, I can't tell you that you have a problem, but I would highly consider that to be an issue. And if that's the case, no worries. You're okay. I'm here to tell you, I promise you. I promise you. And if you're not on the fence, but you know 100% that you have this problem, I'm here to tell you that's okay too. It's okay. It actually is. I am a living, breathing example of someone who is sitting in your shoes right at the very moment that you're in right now. Not sure what to do. Not sure what to expect from my future. But I know that I was sick and tired of feeling out of control, feeling like there could be something physically wrong with me at any moment. I could be totally sick and not know it. Waking up next to people that I was really not happy to wake up next to. Didn't know who they were or how it happened or what had happened. Scared that I had done something that was going to totally destroy my life. What I'm here to tell you today is that you don't ever have to feel that way anymore. That's what I'm here to tell you. And that is a promise that I can make. That is a promise that I can guarantee. If you're feeling like that or you have felt like that and you're questioning whether or not you need help, questioning whether or not you have a problem, I'm just here to tell you that you will be okay. I promise you. Not only will you be okay, but you will be so much better than you are right now. And I knew that I wanted to talk about this today because of how close we are to the Will Wear the Weight event, the specific month that we're in substance abuse prevention. The absolute fear and sadness I have for not being able to help my friend, who I love like a brother, who I love so much, and there's nothing I can do. And so if I'm able to help one person today by talking about this and sharing my experience, you guys know me for being a husband and a father and an entrepreneur and a fitness person and a nutrition person and a habit person. And yes, those are all true. But I also was a criminal, selling drugs, stealing from people, setting people up. I was a cocaine and crack user on a regular basis. I would stay up for 2 to 3 days at a time. I was a heroin user. I would cheat on every single girlfriend I ever had. I was not someone you can trust. And I'm different. I'm very, very fucking different today. And I think it's my duty in life to share that with you. I'm not proud of the person I was when I was out there drinking and using drugs, but I know for sure that I had to go through what I went through to get to where I'm at. It's my story. I had to do it. I don't regret it, and neither should you. If I can help one person today, just one, this solo podcast will have made a difference and an impact. I am a business person, so if I look at my life like a business and I pull up the P&L on my life, right? Profit and loss statement, the balance sheet on my life. I look at my life starting in 2005 and then prior to 2005. So historicals and current, sober, not sober. the significance and the difference between my life is so severe. It is hockey stick exponential growth year over year over year. It is literally like bankruptcy to like Apple consistently. And that doesn't mean that I'm fucking rolling in millions and billions of dollars. It doesn't mean that I drive a Lamborghini and flew here from upstate New York on a fucking jet. It doesn't mean that I fly first class and sit on yachts and, like everybody wants a piece of me. No, that's not what that means. It means that I love myself today. It means that because of that love, I'm able to then love others today. Genuinely love others today. It means that I'm able to bet on myself today. It means that I'm able to and comfortable and confident for taking a risk because I know that I was able to stop fucking drinking and doing drugs. I was able to make a decision and stick to it. I apply that to everything in my life today. It is hard. It is hard getting sober for an addict. It is hard. One of the hardest things ever. But I guarantee you this. You make that decision and you get consistent with that decision, and then you parlay and apply that ability and commitment and discipline to other areas in your life. Holy shit. You have no idea what's coming around the corner. I promise. I'm telling you that. I'm living it. I'm living it. Sobriety led to fitness. Fitness, I applied the same exact commitment and discipline that I needed to get sober to fitness. And I became obsessed with fitness, and it changed my whole entire physical life, my physical being, which ultimately helped impact my mental being, which gave me confidence, some sort of self-esteem that I just simply didn't have before that. And then my life started to change. I met the woman of my dreams. I knew that I had to lay this foundation of sobriety and fitness together and putting good things into my body. And I was 23, 24 when this started to happen, and I started to see a massive shift in my life. And I started to regain the relationships that I'd absolutely destroyed over from 12 to 24 years old, 12 to 23 years old. And I've made a decision to believe in myself ever since. And there's a lot of things I have not done. I've got so much more to do, so much more, and I'm so excited about it because I know today I have the ability to take my shot, to take a chance. So that was a lot, and I'm passionate about it, as you can see. And if you're like me, you've got the world in the palm of your hands, and you don't even know it. Share this with someone who you think may need to hear it. Listen to it a few times if you're struggling. Maybe you didn't hear everything I said. Start from the beginning. I want this to instill hope in anyone who is struggling with addiction. Over 100,000 people overdosed last year in the United States. I don't even know what the number is globally. I'm sure it's, because there's an epidemic across the globe. Massive, just massive. And those people don't believe that there is a way out. They do not believe that there is a solution. I'm going to finish with what I believe to be a viable solution. Community, and you can find that in a lot of different places. There's sober communities all over the place. You can find them. A relationship with God, and that doesn't mean any particular religion. That doesn't have to mean anything. But from my experience, I thought I was the only one in charge when I was out there using and drinking. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the end-all, be-all. And that was a lot of pressure until somebody said, hey, you're not in charge, brother. Ask the universe, ask God for help, for guidance. And I said, okay. So that's a big part of my life today. Fitness, I cannot emphasize that enough. And that doesn't have to mean CrossFit and, getting after it and, getting hurt. And, that doesn't have to mean any of that. That could mean going for a walk. That can mean going for a jog. That can mean, going out for a swim in the ocean. That can mean playing a game of basketball. That can mean kicking the soccer ball. It could also mean going to a CrossFit gym. It could also mean getting into the gym and start moving the weights around. It can mean picking up a martial art. But fitness is such a key component to our mental and physical and spiritual health. It really is. We are not meant to sit for long periods of time. We were not designed for that. It is physically debilitating and mentally debilitating, sitting for long periods of time for humans. We were just not designed to do it. You know, when you leave a car, it could be a brand new car, but you leave a car in a spot, you don't turn it on to rev the engine, you leave it sitting there for a month, that car's in trouble. That car will start to break down. That car will not turn over right away. That car was designed to be turned on and driven. Humans are designed to be turned on and driven. Nutrition. What you put into your body is going to make you feel a certain way. That could be what you eat. That could be what you drink. Proper nutrition is going to always make you feel good. It might not be the absolute, it might not be like, I can't wait to eat a salad with chicken. But I can promise you, after you're done eating it, you will never feel bad. And sometimes we just need to not feel bad. Because eating a big fat burger and fries, probably going to taste really good and make you feel good in the moment. And I'm a huge advocate for eating a burger and fries on a Friday afternoon or Saturday night. But 5 days a week, it's not going to make you feel good. You just got to know that. And surrounding yourself with people that you love and love you back. So I'm going to shut up, but I really hope that this, this was just a little insight and a little look at what's going on in between my ears right now with this event coming up. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, and addiction is not something that at all plays a role in your life, if you've made it this long, I appreciate you listening. B, what would be really helpful is if you share this with somebody that you think could potentially want to listen to it, if this doesn't apply to you. But I'm not me without my story, and this is my story. So I love you all so much and appreciate you listening. And there is a link that you can donate towards if you want to help us raise money for the Release Recovery Foundation. It will be an ongoing raise with Kreatures of Habit. We will have the option to donate towards Release Recovery. This is, getting people off the street and into treatment is going to be a big part of my life going forward. I'm very passionate about it. It is something that I see myself doing till the end of days. And so you want to be a part of it, please make a donation on the website, creatureshabit.com. It says give back. Hit the link. You can donate there. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review if you are so kind to do so. But really, most importantly today, what would mean the world to me is if you shared this with friends and family, someone who you think might want to listen to it. Until the next one, y'all. Peace.